I'm Christine, and Shadowhunters episode 7 is premiered. Shadowhunters, Shadowhunters, Shadowhunters. Hunt, 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 hunt. I'm dressed for yoga right now. I'm sorry for my weird fashion. But look how cool my shirt is. Look at it. Yeah. So episode 7, How Thou Art Fallen, or something to that effect. Oh my god, I literally just watched it and I've come out of it feeling like lots of feelings. Before I say anything, I want to preempt this with, the show is nowhere near as good as the books. And I just hope that everyone watching the show has already read the books, because shit is starting to happen that is meddling with book canon. And the show is like here. The book is like way up there. So I want to urge you, if you're a show watcher and you haven't read the books, like, stop watching the show now. Go read all the books and then come back and watch the show again. It's just gonna be so much better. It's just gonna be so much better. That being said, this was a really good episode of Shadowhunters. I was really happy with this episode because I just kept getting like, ooh. There's one point where I like walked out of the room clapping because I was just like, oh yes. Yes! It wasn't as emotional as episode 5, but I think it's on the same level as episode 5 in goodness. I think it's an A-. I'm really excited to be able to say that. That's all I'm going to say in the non-spoiler section. I am pleased. I'm nervous for anyone who hasn't read the books yet, because I just want you to stop and go read the book. Just go read the books. If you're going to experience this story, experience it on that level, not on this level. It's just like you're cheating yourself. You're only cheating yourself. Okay. Goodbye, non-spoilery folk. Goodbye. Okay, so we start off with Cleophas. Of course, she goes straight to Valentine. Then we see him with this old man locked up, and this old man, it's Ithuriel. I kind of would have rather Ithuriel been like a younger looking angel who's kind of like spaced out. Then we switch to Alec and Magnus, and they're traveling the world together, and it's just giving me like City of Fallen Angels vibe. I think that's when they were traveling together, and it's so nice, and he gives him a present. Everything with them is so cute right now. We get a shirtless shot of Simon where Clary comes in and is like, oh look, he's shirtless and he looks good. And we have that angst for a second before they get into a conversation. I really like this scene between them. I love when he was like, I'm going to see Maya, is that okay? And she's like, no, unacceptable, I'm your only friend. And then we get a scene with Jace in bed with the Fae, and we're getting that Jace is a ladies' man angle going on. We go to Izzy. Izzy needs a hit. Now that Yinfed is made of vampire blood, we're going straight to the vampire sword. She goes to the Wolf's Moon. The moon, half moon. Damn it, what's the bar called? I really like how they're establishing this bar as the place where downworlders go to drink and hang out. They're doing a really good job establishing the different locations now. Before it was just like a jumble, and now it's like, okay, this is where Luke is. This is where we go to drink and hang out. It's working so much better. Izzy heads over there. Magnus is already there having a drink, feeling all giddy about Alec and his gift. And she's there trying to meet with a drug dealer to get Yinfed. I love that Magnus overhears this. I'm glad Magnus is on top of this. I'm glad this is on his radar. I don't know how I feel about the fact that he just offhandedly mentioned that it almost cost his friend Jem his life. Again, if you're watching the show and you haven't read the Infernal Devices yet, go take a week. Just take a week and read those books. Just read them and bask in their glory, and then come back and watch the show. You don't want this before that. You just don't. The Maya Simon date was just everything. It was so funny. He walks in and she's like, wow, you're 2 hours early. He's like, oh, oops. I was just like a little anxious. I was a little excited, and I'm like, I want to give myself time, and I love him. And who's there looking for vamp venom? Izzy. Izzy comes up to Simon. They have a great interaction. Oh my god, yeah, I'm just a little anxious, you know? I'm anxious. You know, it's good for anxiety. Aromatherapy. I read about it online, and and then Izzy, I just was so taken aback when Izzy was like, Shadowhunter blood? What the No. And we knew she was going there. Like, we knew it, but when she said it, she framed it like she doesn't want it. He wants it from her. And I think it played off really well. I really liked it. It was like, you mean, like, me, you? And she realizes how crazy it sounds and makes it off to be a joke. Maya comes back with a shot for Simon. He gets all over his face, and he spills it all over the counter. Then it just keeps getting better because Jace comes up from a table behind him. Smooth. Oh, it was so Jace. It was Jace. was just Jace. I paused it because I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It was just very exciting. It was a very exciting moment for me. Jace in the show, this episode, was just like the Jaciest he's ever been, and it was everything. Oh, the scene with Jace and Simon. Oh! Jace was being an ass face, and Simon was being all Simon. I'm feeling charitable. I can help you. I don't need your knowledge. He goes to walk away, and Simon's like, wait, Jace, be my Obi-Wan? Yes! Oh god, it was just Ariodali. Then we go back to Luke, Cleophas, and Clary seems to really be projecting her feelings about Jace shutting her out on Cleophas and Luke, and I like that. And that scene in Valentine's lair where he has the knife to Cleophas's neck, and Valentine is ripping on Luke for being spineless, and he stole Jocelyn, and all that stuff. It was great. It was written well. I really like the scene where Clary and Luke went to go talk in the kitchen. She was like, come on, isn't this what cops do? Go undercover? And Luke's like, I didn't realize you had a badge. Yes! We go back to Jace and Simon. Oh god! Jace is like, so let's start at the top. What? No, your hair. We'll circle back to that. Like, I think that particular section could have been delivered with a better level of snark, but it's okay. It's fine. It's whatever. They said it. I think my favorite part is when Jace is like, show me what you got. Show me how you approach a girl. You mean like act it out? Dazzle me. When Jace said dazzle me, I couldn't. I was just like, Twilight, I can't. But like the best was Simon just like, Lewis, Simon Lewis. Jace, like the lines were there. It was like a low-level Jace. The Jace that I picture has another level of comedic timing in his voice, but like we're getting there. We're getting there. And I was so giddy watching it. I was just like, I don't know. Everything was beautiful, and then the shapeshifter. Why did you have to taint it with a shapeshift, Rowan? I also really like the scene with Alec and Izzy when he comes back and he's like, is there something wrong? And then when he was asking her, when's the right time to, and she's like, are you talking about sex? I thought that was really cute between the two of them. I don't know how I feel about Izzy tasing Luke to get away with Cleophas, but I did really like Luke going to get Jace and teaming up with him to go find Clary and Cleophas, and then we all team up to stop Valentine from turning the soul sword on. It was a really great climactic scene for one of their episodes. Jace and Clary ran upstairs, and then there was a fight scene, and it was such a good fight scene. I don't know, I had lots of feelings. It reminded me of the City of Fallen Angels fight scene, because that was on a rooftop. Ithoriel's up there, we're waiting for a lightning bolt. Jace and Clary are both like kicking ass. The only thing that was kind of iffy to me is like, Jace loses his Seraph blade the second he starts fighting. Okay, Jace can lose a Seraph blade. Maybe these are really, really, really talented fighters. But Clary's over there taking on like 2 by herself, and Clary just started training like 5 seconds ago. And I'm just like, if anyone should be having to like roll around and struggle a little bit, it's Clary. But okay, whatever, suspend my disbelief, keep going. But they're fighting together, and then there's this moment where they have each other's backs and they both get the same guy from the front and the back, and like, I don't even know what happened. All of a sudden I had tears in my eyes, and I was just like, it's Clay's. It felt like City of Lost Souls. All these little flashes are coming into my head, and I just care so much about these books. There's scenes that just are it, and moments that are just it, and those are my favorite. This one moment where they looked at each other and it was like, wow, we make a great team. My heart. And then we go to Ithoriel, and I was just like crying. It was just because of the book connection. These moments in the book are really, really great, and you're missing out if you haven't read them yet. He holds out his hands, and I was like, oh my god. We all know this scene in City of Glass, and it's like one of the best scenes. We get this one flash, and it's not what we see in the books. It's not like that. It was just like the sword in the ground, a hooded figure grabs it, and they both evaporate, and it was very bad CGI all of a sudden. Did we need it? Like, did we even need to do that flash scene? It was like a demon gripping the sword. I don't even know what that was. It was just like, felt so out of place. But I was already emotional, so I just like let it go, and she was like, what was that? And he flies up in the air, and they look at each other like, holy shit, That was an angel. And that's the end of the episode. And I was just so riled up. I literally ended and came to talk to you guys. So I'm just still riled up about it. There's so much happening all so soon. It's going to be interesting to see where we actually go with the climax of this season, where things start to pull together more. It was a great show episode. I'm pleased. Like, we're going uphill, climbing uphill, Jamie. That's all I could ask for. Episodes of the show that are enjoyable and flow and feel like a show and like you feel things, and it is. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what your favorite parts of the episode were. It hurt to see Izzy and Clary kind of butting heads, but it made sense. Like, Izzy feels betrayed, and also she's not in her normal mindset. She's experiencing withdrawals. Please share your thoughts. I'm Christine. I'm at XTMay on Twitter and Instagram. I make videos every Tuesday. All my links are in the description below. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!